Hi everyone, it's me, Lindsay, with EquipMeOT, here today to talk about how to use a shoehorn. Now this video is not just going to talk about a basic shoehorn, I'm going to talk about 3 options for helping get your shoes on if it's difficult to bend or manipulate the heel of your shoe. So stick around for the whole video so you can see all the options I'm going to present today. So first things first, let's talk about how I would set up a shoe to work best with a shoehorn or similar device. I have a traditional tennis shoe here, which is a common one because these can be really tricky to get on. If you're going to be relying on a long-handled shoehorn, I would strongly recommend, to prevent the extra bending that is required for tying your shoelaces, to replace your traditional laces with an elastic variety. I'll show a couple of pictures here of some of the options that are out there. They're pretty easy to install and low cost, and they will make this process easier in the long run. I'm leaving my traditional laces in to show that you can do that, but make sure that when you tie the shoe, that you leave it a little bit looser than perhaps you would normally leave it. So I have a little bit of give here, and that's because I really have to make sure when you're using a shoehorn or similar device, you gotta get that tongue pulled way up so that it's out of the way and it won't bunch down into the shoe when you go to put it on. So that's really important if you're wearing a shoe that has a traditional tongue on it. If you're using a slip-on variety shoe, that's not so much a problem. Those are going to be even easier. So I'm going to show you how I would use my favorite long-handled shoehorn. This one is by Juvo, and this is actually a combination shoehorn and dressing stick. That's why it has this added piece at the end here. I've used this in several of my videos. I just really like the quality of it. It's got this rubberized handle on it, so it's easy to grip. The length is excellent. So let me show you how I would use it. Okay, one of the things I like about it is because I have this little end here, I can kind of use that to guide my shoe to the floor, so I'm not having to drop it and worrying about flipping it over if it tips. So now I've got my shoe exactly where I want it. Now I'm going to take the shoehorn and I'm going to put it kind of upside down. And what I'm going to use that for is to kind of guide the tongue up and out so that when I put my foot down in it, the tongue is already kind of guided out of the way and my toes have started the process of going down into the shoe. Now, I'm going to turn my foot so it's a little easier for you to see here. I'm going to then take the kind of the curved portion of the shoehorn and I'm going to guide it around to the back so that my heel is resting on it. The key to a good shoehorn use is that you want the shoehorn to be nearly straight up and down. So then I'm going to hold it here, and again, this is why I love this one because it's so supported. And then I'm going to push my foot down into the heel and remove the shoehorn. Really, really simple. The tongue is where it needs to be. It works really well. So this is the Juvo dressing stick. Now, let me show you a really cool alternative to the traditional long-handled shoehorn. This is a product that's been on the market for a long time. It's really popular in the therapy world. So as an occupational therapist, I've been using these for a long time as an alternative, and they work great. This is called a shoe funnel. So it's designed as like a piece of plastic, and I'll show you, and it has a rope to it. So if you find one that doesn't have a rope on it, it might have come off if you're buying them used. Make sure you get a rope on it because it doesn't work so well without it. So with my other shoe, I'm going to show you how this one works. You're going to take this device and you got to kind of squeeze it a little bit. So you can see I'm squeezing it here, and then you're going to apply it to the heel of the shoe. So you want to make sure you push it good kind of down into the shoe so it looks like that. And again, we're really focusing on getting that tongue up and out of the way. But this guy is now pressed against the heel of the shoe. Make sure you have access to the rope. You're going to set this on the ground. All right, and I'll turn my shoe again so you can kind of see what my heel is doing here. Okay, we're going to guide our toe in, make sure that that tongue stays where it needs to be. And then, because I have this funnel in, all I have to do is press down. And that heel will stay up, and all I have to do then is pull it out, just like that. So the heel has stayed, it didn't get compressed, I didn't ruin my shoe. It's a great way to protect if you have stiffer dress shoes or something like that. This will work excellent for it, and it has a lot of flexibility for the width of the shoe. So I have a pretty narrow foot, and this is a pretty narrow shoe. It can also be it works well with even a wider shoe. So that's the funnel. Let me show you my third secret option. This option requires no tools at all. And perhaps you've seen these around. They're pretty popular on social media. This is called a Kizik, K-I-Z-I-K. All of these products will be included in my details down below with links, so if you're interested, you can find them. These are the traditional Kizik shoes. What makes these awesome is, let me take off my others. These shoes are completely hands-free. Okay? So all you have to do with these, because they have these awesome compressing heels, is pop your foot in, just like that, and the heel pops back up. It's like having its own built-in shoe funnel. So let me do it again, one more time. Pop! And your shoes are on completely hands-free. So this is an awesome alternative if you're sick of using equipment and you want a shoe that's going to be really easy to use but looks like a traditional tennis shoe. These Kiziks are a great option. So there you have it. 3 ways to get your shoes on without having to bend over. I hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, consider giving me a thumbs up. As always, if you have questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you need more information on how to stay safe and independent in your home and community, consider subscribing to EquipMeOT. Thank you.